Hi boys and girls, today we're going to be painting the background for your Starry Night Collages. And we're going to be starting by using blue paint on your paper. And I might just put some right on there for you because then we make less of a mess. I'm also going to be giving you a tiny bit of purple paint, which I forgot to bring home with me for this video. So I'm gonna be creative. I'm gonna actually paint a little bit of red into this to make that a little purple. So let me make a little pool here. Put a couple of dots of red. Oop, it's a lot. Because I do want to add a little purple to darken and give a little bit of a swirl effect to your blues. So before I do too much, I want to go ahead and make a line where I'm going to have the grass begin. So I'm going to paint that line right here. And I'm going to make sure that I cover all the areas of my paper with the blue paint up to this line. My purple didn't seem like it went around too much. So I'm actually going to take the back of my brush, the handle, and I can make some swirls with the back of my handle. And look, now you can kind of see that purple. It's kind of cool. So I don't need too many. Just a few here and there. Maybe I'll do a line that continues and swirls around a few of my swirls. Hi boys and girls, so now we're gonna make a house by weaving and cutting paper and coloring to make a really cool and interesting looking house. And to do that, we're gonna be tracing a cardboard template onto our colored paper and cutting it out. So we're gonna do that first, and I'm gonna show you the easiest way to do it is to line up the edges at the corner of your paper, so you only have to cut two sides. 1, 2. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna take my tracer, actually I'm gonna turn it upside down, trace it on the back, makes it easier to see. And then cut this. And then this I'm gonna color. So it's gonna be black and white. So let me take some colors. I'm gonna actually switch them up. With my blue one, I'm gonna fold the bottom up just a little bit. I'm gonna turn it upside down, and then I'm gonna cut in strips. Not too many strips, so leave a little space in between, up to the bottom edge. And then I'll do one more in between these two. Okay, so now I've got the bottom of my house. This I'm gonna cut across. So I'm gonna actually do one at a time, and I'm gonna weave them as I go. So I have my first strip cut. This is how I'm gonna weave it. It's gonna go underneath the first strip. So I'm gonna put that under that. It's gonna go over the second one. So I'm gonna lift the third one and pull it through. It's gonna go over the fourth one and under the last one. So I'm gonna keep pushing it till it lines up and it looks like this. Now for my next strip, I'm gonna cut it again, not too thin and not too thick either. Now I'm gonna start it over. So I'm gonna lift the second one up this time. Put it in, let it go under this one, over the middle one, lift up the next one, and then it'll go over the last one. So this way we're gonna go under, over, lift, go under, pull through, over that one, and then under the last one. So it ends up making almost like a checkerboard pattern. One more cut. This has to go over this time because the last time I went under it. See how this paper went under the blue? So I have to go over the blue. I'm gonna go under the next one, over, under, and then over, and then press it down. And then the last one, I'm gonna cut these in half, and I'm gonna go under, over, under, over, and then under at the end. Okay, now so that my house stays nice and secure with all these papers, look at the back. Cool. So I'm not even sure that I like this side. I might even like this side better. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna take the edges that stick up, take my glue stick, put a little dot of glue underneath those edges. Now, I can't find mine right now, so I'm going to tape it with a little dot of tape. But you're gonna do the same thing with glue. You're gonna put a little glue and tape it, glue it down. Put a dot of glue here, whoops, and stick it down. Then you have to go to the top, so turn it sideways, and you're gonna do the same exact thing up here. So you're gonna go, the piece that lifts up, you're gonna put a dot of glue and stick it down. This one goes up, put a dot of glue, stick it down, dot of glue, and stick it down. Then you're gonna go to this side where you've got two sticking up on this side too. Put a dot of glue, stick it down, put a dot of glue, just pretend, stick it down. So now it's nice and secure. Now you're gonna take your scissor and just trim these little edges. You don't have to trim the top because you're gonna put the roof on the top. All right, I'm gonna trim it all the way down. Now my roof, I'm gonna glue, when I glue it onto my paper, it's gonna go on the top, just like that. I'm gonna put it somewhere not on the top of the grass because then it looks like the house is gonna fall down the hill. It needs to go somewhere on the grassy part. If I want my hill to show, maybe I'll put it over on this side. I'll glue that down, and then once I'm ready, I will take my roof and I'll glue my roof on like that. And then you'll get to take some scraps and make other features for your house. And then glue it like that. And then if you finish, you could cut out some other shapes to make other buildings. You could add a tree, you could add a puppy, whatever you feel that could be something creative. You could even draw on them. So maybe this is the garage for the car. Maybe I'll cut this piece off and take a different color for the roof. Oops. So you could add some more things, but the primary thing that we need to have on it is gonna be your house. Hi boys and girls, so I used different colors of paper, scraps that I had used from other projects to create my little chimneys, my little smokes, my windows, my window shades. So you can be creative and add things to your picture. Oops, I didn't glue it down yet. To give it dimension. Now I made a bigger house closer to the bottom because that makes it look like it's closer to you. This house I made further up towards the top of the hill, which makes it look like it's further away. So the smaller something is, the further away it is, and the bigger it is, the closer it is. So if you want to make two things, if you make something bigger in the front and then something can be smaller in the back, it'll give you what's called perspective and show the distance between the two. Now the last thing that we can do is we are going to add a star in the sky. just like Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. So I'm gonna take a piece of scrap music paper and I'm going to cut out a star shape. Vincent star over here. Turn it maybe sideways or upside down. Music actually goes that way. And I'm gonna put my star up in the top of the sky, like that. And then I'm gonna want some colored scraps to do like the little trails that lead from the star. I decided to use with some yellow tissue paper that I had at my house. I'm gonna make a shooting star. You can make whatever you want with your star. So your star can be a wishing star, it can be a shooting star. You just have to give your star a purpose. It has to have a role. If you want to have a star in your sky, you need to figure out, what is it doing? What does it mean? Okay, because the star is going to be a big focal point of the sky. So if I want to do a shooting star or something like that, I want my entrails to kind of spread out like this and all kind of lead to the star. Actually, I'm gonna move it down like that. And you're just gonna glue those things down. You wanna glue it under your star. So I just wanna show you one thing. When you use Mod Podge to put on your streamers for your stars, you're gonna make a straight line underneath where your entrails are gonna go. Then you're gonna take your piece of tissue paper and lay it over the top. Okay, press it down gently. And then you're gonna take more Mod Podge and you're gonna very gently paint it over the top. You don't need too much, just a little bit, and it's gonna make it stick down. And that is called decoupage, and that's gonna make it shiny and have it nice and glued straight onto your paper. And that is it. And then I'm gonna take my star, put a nice blob of glue or Mod Podge if you're using it, and then coat a little bit under and coat the whole star. And it's okay if you get some on their paper around it, because that'll just make it shiny on your paper, and that'll be cool because it'll be a different texture from the blue sky, and it'll make your star look like it's giving off a little bit of a shine. So now my Starry Night collage and my woven houses, although only this one's woven, are finished, and that's it.